the winner of American Idol 2022, after the nationwide vote, almost 16 million votes came in for this, is Noah Thompson.
Celeb Secrets is here today hanging out with Noah Thompson, the season 20 winner of American Idol. How are you, Noah?
I'm good. How you doing?
So what's life been like since, you won?
It's been great, man. I mean, definitely after the show, though, I kind of went home for a minute and just kind of came back down to earth for a minute with my family. We just kind of took it all in, it happened so fast. We all didn't know how to take it in at first, man. You know what I mean? But now what's so cool, it took me a minute definitely after the show to say that I can play music for the rest of my life.
So let's just go back a little bit. So a lot of people know that it wasn't you that, signed up for American Idol. It was your friend Arthur. So yeah. I want to know, did you know he was sending in that video? Okay,
I remember when Arthur, we were at work and he gets on his phone and he's scrolling. He's like, man, they're having American Idol auditions. I'm gonna sign you up. Like, no, dude, don't do that. And we for real, we about fought about it because I really did not want him to sign me up at all. I ended up coming down there and we ended up getting on the Zoom call and all that goes through. But I mean, it's kind of unreal him doing that, and now this has happened. You know what I mean?
Just going back a little farther, how long have you been singing?
Definitely my dad was the one. He's always been my biggest inspiration in music, no doubt. He's always been that guy for me that I looked up to so much when it comes to music, because I did grow up with a music family with my dad mainly, because I grew up with a dad that was in a band, and I grew up as a very young kid around music constantly.
What was it like stepping into the room with the three judges?
I was scared out of my mind, to be honest. They cut out a lot of that, because I walked into that audition room not knowing what to say, and I was freaking out. I remember looking at the judges, I could barely get a word out. I specifically remember Lionel looking at me and saying after one of our episodes, I believe one of the shows, he had told me that, for the rest of my life, he wanted me to step out on that stage with big boots and just own that stage. And, so I'll never forget that. I always kind of come back with that every time I get asked that question, because that's one of the big things I hold on to now.
You've released your cover of Stay. What made you choose, that R&B song to sing?
I believe it kind of started with Arthur, because we were at work. Yeah, I mean, if you know the story, those boys I was working with, they was constantly hollering at me, telling me to sing this song or that song, but they came across that song, Stay, and I think Arthur got a little video of me singing that. Throughout the show, the producers kind of came to me with the idea of doing that for the show, and I was like, well, I don't know, At first, I wasn't all for it. I didn't really want to do that song because I didn't know how people would feel about a guy like me singing a song like that, So the thing I can say about American Idol is that you definitely come out of that show feeling like you can literally do anything. You know what I mean? No matter what place you get in it, no matter what, first place, second place, third place, it's a school for singers, man. And I think I didn't realize that going into it, what it was going to be like. But now all I can say is that I'm grateful for the show.
What are some projects that you're working on that you can maybe share with your fans?
Man, I don't know. Well, I'm making these trips back and forth from Nashville at the moment until I can maybe find my own spot down here in the future, And I'm getting to experience co-writing, all that stuff. I'm having a friggin' blast with that.
Since we are Celeb Secrets, are there any secrets about your experience on American Idol or about just yourself, that we can't see from just watching the show?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if this would be a secret, but I enjoy doing construction work, and I go home. I built my own little work shed, so I go down there and piddle all the time and do stuff like that. I like to stay busy.
Well, I'm so happy for you. It was so nice to meet you. Congratulations again.
I appreciate that. Thank you for talking with me.